Hey guys, so yeah, videos are coming. I promise. We bought new camera gear, new lights. Not really. We're working on the lighting here. It looks a lot better, and I got content ideas, and I kind of want to like redo this and put out better videos and more concise and not so. I don't know, but so we got a Sony A6600 camera, which I had one last year and never used it and sold it, but now we're doing it. And I ended up getting the Sigma 16 millimeter lens, which I don't know if anybody knows about cameras. And it's a good lens, but 16 millimeter just doesn't work anywhere in this studio. It's just not optimal. Like I needed something that could go in more zooming, more wide angle, look cooler. So I bit the bullet and I got the Tamarind 11 to 20 millimeter f2.8, which I don't know if anybody, I'm like in camera mode if you haven't noticed, and amp mode. But yeah, it's about how much it lets the light in. So the Sigma was 1.4, which lets in an enormous amount of light. 2.8 also still lets in an enormous amount of light, not as much. But we weren't shooting at 1.4 because it's flatter. It doesn't have as much dimension, field of view, or whatever you want to call it. There's a word for it. But so we were shooting at 2.8 anyway. This zoom is 2.8 at the full range. It goes 2.8 at 11 all the way up to 20. So. And the thing that I realized, this is like a lesson in what not. No, it's just a lesson in cameras. How weird is this, right? But when you have what's on a prime lens, it's a lens that only has one, like 16 millimeter or 35 millimeter. There's certain ones that are real popular. When you're in a studio setting like this, that's small, there's like one spot where really the tripod can be. And a prime lens, it just sucks. And I didn't really realize it till today when I was running all the final tests. I was going to start shooting video today. And I was like, you know what? Because I've been studying, Ola Englund. I've been studying the master. I'm not going after his level of what he's doing with it, because I'm really more of a music, like a studio songwriter, guitar player dude. He's like really like got the YouTube thing hard, good. But watching his videos and watching his lighting and how he shoots videos, but I can't see a lot of those videos that he shoots with a lot of those multi-cameras. Those videos could take like all day to do and edit, and not so much that the editing's mind-boggling, it's not, but if they're shooting all that stuff at 4K and you're importing all that stuff in 4K, it's a lot, and it's just a lot, and you can't, like, I can't be like on my main computer working with like a half a dozen videos in 4K and like doing Pro Tools. It's just too much. So these are going to be simpler, single camera. I'll still be doing some screen capture and with the webcam, and then if I need a second camera, I'll use this iPhone right here. Wing, 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 wing. And it shoots in 4K too if you want, and it actually looks great. But I'm excited, and so we're gonna do a little weight update right now, August 1st, 2015. So in a month and a half, it'll be 7 years. I was 275 and I was literally dying and bedridden, and I lost 100 pounds, and it took 22 months and I went down to 175. But I was starving myself to 175. I mean, I was literally doing it like when I used to wrestle, like you're spitting and you're working out in a hefty bag to sweat it all out. So the 175 really was like 185. But I had to see that number, man. We had to hit that goal. So I did 175, and And like, that was it. Like I was 175 for like 2 hours. And then I started putting a little bit of weight. I was like, I'm eating pizza. I'm taking a week off. I don't want to hear about keto and fasting and paleo and CrossFit. I want to eat. So I went up, into the 190s, and I still looked cool, but it was not as, I wasn't as sharp. Once in the 170s, I looked pretty lean. But then about 3 or 4 years ago, I started kind of putting weight back on. I was like 205, 210. And I remember, man, so like 3 months ago, I put this like kind of like group chat group message with two other homies of mine that also lost a lot of weight. And I think that we were all kind of struggling. And I said, listen, I need to do this. So anyway, about 3 months ago when I started this, I was 223.2. I think that was I think it was about 3 months ago, 223. And I was pretty messed up because I was like, dang, man, I put on the better part of half of this weight back. And it does an obvious, and it's how this ties into the videos. I don't want to do videos. Like, I don't know. I just want to sit here by myself and I don't want to do videos, right? Or if I do videos, I don't want to be in front of the camera. So I started with them, and it has been intense. It has been so brutal. I mean, I'm 58. Losing weight in your late 50s it's a trick, dude. Anybody that tells you it's easy is lying to you. They are just either that or they are just blessed. And I'm pretty blessed, though. I can lose weight well. But even with my blessings, it's still hard. I've got a fair amount of muscle. So, but anyway, this morning I was 202.2. So I've lost 21 pounds in like 3 months. But man, it has been hard. So the goal is I go to LA for a lecture in 11 days. So I want to break 200. But anyway, but now that I'm losing weight and I'm feeling better, I went and got some clothes. Like, I'm like, all right. And then just like tired of my videos. Like, I'm tired of, the screen capture is great. Don't get me wrong. But the whole like Pro Tools screen and then just a little itty bitty thing of me from here up. I'm hiding. I'm not feeling how I look. And so we're better though. But getting the camera, I got the camera about a week and a half ago, and it's been a journey to get this to jive here. I could tell you a story. I had the camera like 2 days, and this camera tech dude that I know, he's a video guy. And he's a nice dude. He comes over, and within 10 minutes, he dropped it and shattered the lens, broke the lens off the camera. I had the camera like 2 days, and it took a fall. Well, it's all okay. And I'm glad he was, and honestly, once I got over the initial shock of it, my concern was with him because I didn't want him to feel bad. And he's a good dude. And, his accidents happen, right? I had a client drop my black Les Paul Standard on its face and snap the headstock. I can handle a broken lens. I'm tough. But, so anyway, so then the last week or so I've been shooting. I'm like, all right, I'm looking better. I got to get my clothes going on. And I just started hitting it hard, losing weight, man, like hitting it hard. And, I don't know. It's not even, I mean, maybe there's a vanity to it, but it's really too, it's like, for me, it's important. I want to look professional. Like, to me, it's important to me, especially being in entertainment and working with singers. People come in here and they're just like shredded. They're singers, right? They're pros. This is Nashville. I go to LA and I work with people from Disney and, American Idol and Nickelodeon and all this stuff. So you just got to look like you mean business, right? So, but videos now are going to be coming. I'm kind of figuring out a plan to like kind of ignite my YouTube channel. And the thing is, okay, so the thumbnail's important. I'm reading what I've been learning, or I'm saying what I've been learning. Thumbnail's important. Obviously, the title and any tags are important. And consistency with content. Now, here's where, like, it's going to be hard for me. Like, I could bang out 3 videos a week consistent. And then if I'm traveling, I'll just shoot a couple and then release them. So I don't know exactly. I haven't thought about like what to, like people do like Ask James or, rig of the day or, vocal lessons. I'm going to do singing. I'm going to do music. I'm going to do everything. But and here's what this isn't going to be. We're not pimping gear here. I'm not going to do it. I mean, that's not to say that I won't be showing off gear that I have or, but I'm not going to be, I'm just not, I don't want to do that because, I just don't want to do that. I don't think that's right for me. And I've done it in the past and it doesn't sit well with me. And also I want to just be honest, right? Like, no matter how much anybody says like, oh, this is an honest review. It's like, yeah, I mean, if you're in bed with manufacturers, you gotta, I don't know, man. I helped a lot of people out along the way. And then, if I didn't give something a favorable review, a lot of times I heard about it. They'd call me or I'd see them at AES or NAMM. They'd be like, oh man, why didn't you, help me, and why did you talk about this microphone and not my microphone or whatever, so I don't want to be a part of that. And that obviously will play into like, probably not this thing rocketing into another dimension because I'm not going to have all this support from all of these builders and manufacturers. And that's fine. I don't care, I just do this because this is what I do and I love it. And, I hope it, it helps people, right? And I got a ton of gear here that's super cool that most people have never messed with a CL1B or a Perlman 47 or played with vintage Marshalls or, mixed hybrid with a Burl, summing mixer or whatever it is, you know what I mean? They've never used Neves and they don't know what it sounds like. They don't know, they don't always know all this stuff. So in that sense, it's cool. And also really more the technique of making music. And that's really what I want this. See, I started going down that same path. I don't like that path anymore. This is going to be more like, because I've been making these quick songs for this licensing thing. So I'm in the mode, open up the thing, do the programming of, Modern and Massive or, whatever, Superior Drummer, and then just start tracking and writing on the fly. I want to get some of that in there so people can see how to blend amps, how to work with an amp versus a DI, how to blend an amp on one take, track an amp and track Axe effects, let's say. How do you get that to phase? How do you get the polarity right? How do you get that to not sound like you're playing out of a can, right? Like, that's cool. Like, for me, that's cool anyway. This is nerd stuff, but anyway, it's coming though. And it was already set. I was already going to be doing it, but I'll show you. I don't know if you can see I'm backwards. The lens just didn't work. And I was like, you know what? If I'm doing this, I'm doing it right. I got lav mics. I got the whole Rode kit with, wireless lav. So the sound's going to be better. And I moved. This is the new, oh my God, this is the new tripod. Oh my God. It's a tank. It's so unbelievable because this was my old tripod. It was this little thing, which it's not a bad little tripod, but I'm going to use this with my camera. I'm with my phone. This is the camera. and it's a fluid head. And then I moved out a bunch of the guitars that I only use periodically, so I can have the cabs side by side. I think I'm going to go get a piece of plexiglass and see if I can get a little separation. There you go. So they're coming, I promise. The Tamarind 11 to 20 millimeter lens is coming tomorrow. And I may even have my first video out tomorrow. Like and subscribe.